Welcome to our final tier list. This is not an episodic tier list. This is gonna be the overall season tier list where I rate how I felt about these animes. Now, there's a lot in the drop pile. Absolutely. How many is there actually? All together is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn, we checked out 24. 8 times 3, 24 new animes. And you know what? 16 of them had to get dropped, right? It is what it is. Again, at the end of the day, it's not like dropping on an anime in an anime reaction channel isn't because it's a bad anime. It's because the audience interest isn't there. And most of the times in terms of YouTube, right? Good animes rarely get recognized. You need to have like organic motion within like a manga community, like an anime community, big fandom to support that on top of like your audience caring about it. If they don't care about it, it gets dropped and it is what it is. I'll give you my brief just like thought about each of these animes that I checked out. Most of them I only checked out a couple episodes, so I think it's a bit unfair for me to even rate them, but still I'll give you my opinion. Don't just treat them as like a definitive overall season rating for these ones. So first of all, Campfire Cooking in Another World season 2 started off pretty chill, pretty low key. I thought it was kind of mid though. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Actually, hold up. Let me fix this chat here over here. I thought that Campfire Cooking in Another World what's it all about, right? It's just chill times, hanging out, cooking, finding new familiars. But I feel like it's after the first season's vibe to then pick this up in season 2 and just to kind of get right into it, hit the ground running. It's a bit awkward. I know there's a big audience that loves this show. Unfortunately, I just couldn't reach that. I kind of appreciated the new dragon that came in, the pixie dragon that was fun, as well as the new character and the new gods coming in, but unfortunately it could have not met its complete potential. To me, the first couple of episodes felt quite lackluster and mid, but it is supposed to be like a low-key chill vibes show, right? Next up, this one I had to actually drop because of copyright issues. I didn't want to fuck around with it. This one was a very sarcastic take on like villainous, you know, Otome game, you know, shit like that, right? Super aware. Like basically it's low-key like Eminence in Shadow. It's kind of like an Eminence in Shadow of how overtly over the top they're aware of its own, like, you know, like the cringe shit that they do, but they lean really into it. And it was really funny. The first episode, honestly, I had more fun watching this than this. It's a brand new show, and I feel like the gimmick would have worn out later on, but for the first episode that I checked out, it was actually fucking good. It was fun. It was a chopped ass production value, right? It was scuffed, but like it was like satire, right? It's like a satire meme anime. It was really fun. This is called like the dark story of the villainous. I forget, bro. Go do a reverse image search on that. Dusk Before the End. Now this is gonna be controversial. I thought this had potential to be great. The production value was fucking beautiful. The story of, you know, AI about to take over and then boom, post-apocalyptic world where AI did take over, but we don't know what's going on. Why are we still alive and shit like that? We've only watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and from what I saw, the Sakuga was there and the plot was interesting. But I hear that this shit became hot fucking garbage. I hear it just like the things that I hear about this anime online after the first couple. It's kind of like Moonrise too. Moonrise was another anime where I was like, what a really interesting premise and, you know, very unique, you know, anime that it could be. Turns out, nah, it was fucking garbage. Got fucking baited. But that again, this is my overall impression of the first 2 episodes that we checked out. I don't know what happens afterwards. I hear that it just goes fucking down here. Okay, Sanda is somewhere here. Another anime, I think Sanda was the one that no one fucking talked about, which is really sad considering the quality it was there. Probably one of the most unique art styles. Science Saro came out, blasted off with another new anime, and it flopped really fucking hard. I don't know what the domestic numbers are, but in my channel and other people's channels, this shit's fucking dead. And my only guess is that the characters are so fucking unlikable. You don't have like main waifu charm. You have a fucking Grinch bitch who is so maniacal. She's willing to just fucking sacrifice her friends to save her one Yuri love. There's a boy that turns into Santa, and it's a very unique, quirky concept, but it's so over the top that maybe I can't get into it. I really enjoyed the Muzan teacher coming in, as well as, you know, the 50-year-old Unk, you know, the assassin guy that started to, you know, show for a bit, but then we had to drop it there because the viewership was so fucking dead. It's just truly sad because the production was so high, but again, it shows you that like this anime had like less than a half of the production value of this. Yet this anime appealed way more. Why? Because at the end of the day, like, the production doesn't matter, you know? I know that production does matter. Animation absolutely can carry. But the story also matters. And the story for this, I guess, people just did not align with it at all, right? Characters and the story was so unappealing to them, they wouldn't even check it out. It's terrible. It is what it is. Terrible as in, like, it's sad that it didn't get, you know, the viewership that it deserved. Or maybe I'm overrating it. This one was kind of a chill mid one, right? This one, you know, low-key, I should probably put this down here. Yeah, like here. Like, I think that this one was past the monster meet Milady, right? Romance story between two outcasts in this fantasy world. I loved it. It was a really good lightweight anime, right? The production was quite scuffed, right? It's a very lightweight project, but very honest communications happening and a romance that was blossoming. I watched the first episode. I was like, this is kind of nice, but not enough interest to keep it going. I had too many animes to check out, but I don't know. I feel like this, we could have definitely checked it out in any other season if it was kind of too dry, and if enough interest was there, maybe we could have had fun with it. First episode though, I think it was good. It was like mid-good, enjoyable. This one is the Yuri one, right? The monster wants to eat me. Probably here, right? Another one of these shows where I'm like, okay, the production is kind of getting up there. Depressed Girls, okay. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fucking phenomenal. Absolutely fucking carried. It's the Danmachi composer, I'm pretty sure, right? Last time we heard that guy was from Debate Season 1. Shout out to Debate. This one, just kind of dragging on too long. The first couple episodes, people were kind of interested for a bit, but then they quickly left. Is it overrated? Is it underrated? Unfortunately, I couldn't check it out the other episodes because interest died down. But I don't know. It felt like we just had Summer Hikaru died and we got this. I think Summer Hikaru died was better. I think that there's something off about this that I just can't really pick apart. But maybe it got really good. Who knows? Ganosia. The potential for Ganosia, man. Had a lot of fun with it. The Among Us anime. Unfortunately, again, viewership died off. I think that it is too niche of an anime for mainstream, you know, audience to give a fuck about. These type of mind game puzzle animes, many people don't care. And maybe something also changed after they realized that it's not just about winning the game. There's like a different route of constantly going through each character and getting like 100% affection points to actually clear, because the silver key, the time travel device thing within Yuri, right? That's how it did it. Yuri actually was a pretty compelling main character too. He kept like doing big brain plays after the first couple of episodes that he blundered. Every character design was quirky and unique and so much fucking fan service, right? I think that I think that the nature of the genderless or like the non-binary characters might have made some people be like, oh, it's a woke anime. It's a woke anime. I thought it was fantastic. The production value was there. It was a very interesting and a compelling anime to constantly engage with the mental mind games. I thought it was great. It's gonna get like 2 cores. So for you guys, great. Maybe we could pick it up in the winter. I don't fucking know. Maybe, maybe not. Classless Hero. This shit, hot garbage mid, but enjoyable mid. Again, honestly, I enjoy this more than these animes. I need you to let me know the production value of these two clears this anime. This one is from fucking Studio 8 Cat, the ones that did Debate. They did Debate, but this clears Debate. Why? The director is different. The production value is not, it's not that any better. The story is really fun though. A super base character. The comedy is hitting. The rom-com elements are there. The action hype is there. They don't fuck around and they immediately get going. Unfortunately, at the Magic Academy arc, a lot of people started to lose interest, but I had a lot of fun watching this. Genuinely, it was fun watching this. The Sword, you know, the Sword Academy like tournament arc stuff. Oh my god, that shit was a fucking blast. Then we have My Little Sister Wants to Fuck Me. No. My best friend's little sister wants to fuck me. I saw potential, but nah. This shit pacing killed it. So after the initial setup was fun, finding new characters and voice actors that we're familiar with in a setting that we're so fucking familiar with, right? Buha, you know, boy-girl friendship, you know that anime, right? We're enjoying this, and then after the Silver Hair Girls development got done, holy shit, it's just, they try to do some backstory about like the little sister, but the pacing was just abysmal, dog shit. It just fell off a fucking cliff. What I watched was mid enjoyable, but what happened afterwards was, it felt like fucking homework. Hell nah, bro. Banished Court Magician. This is a very interesting one where I probably put it here. Right? Like this one. So the interesting thing about this one is the quality is really high. Like this anime actually pulled up and tried hard for every single fight. Any little combat against monsters or sparring sessions, like you would think they would be lazy. No, they tried really hard. Like I could tell they're not cutting corners. It's not the best of the best, but it's like, holy shit, like I can tell they're trying. But the story was fighting a bunch of random monsters for a bit, trying to introduce new caster characters, and to constantly reiterate the theme that like, oh, I have friends, oh, I have friends. It became a drag to me. And what can I say? The production was there, but the story was so uncompelling. The best part was, you know, the prince, the shitty blonde prince that banished everybody, him getting the correction. I like those moments, but those were very few in between, and the rest of it was a bunch of dungeon boss monster stuff that I don't really give a fuck about. Ugh, it is what it is. Tojima, I put it up here. Tojima Kamen Rider. I hear that it's also getting 2 cores. Right into winter. I don't know if it's going into winter. Is it split core or not, guys? Another anime that I think was extremely unique in the beginning of a man that sacrificed everything to gain the powers of Kamen Rider. What the fuck? And a bunch of quirky ass, crazy ass fucking characters, all a bunch of unks and aunties wanting to relive their childhood dreams, and turns out the villain association is real with, you know, and the fucking, oh my god, that shit was fun. Unfortunately, again, right, when the fan service isn't there, people just don't give a fuck about it. I think the bolted on titties and the insane fan service is what kind of kept it alive, but a lot of people, when it actually got to the real story, didn't care about it. Maybe I could check it back during winter. I don't know, but I had a really fun time watching Tojima. Definitely, you know, it stood out amongst the others. Who Made Me a Princess? I put it up here. I would. One of the better produced shows this season as well. Polished, crisp. Chinese studios and Chinese animators showing us that they can come in and play. Of course they can. They've worked on Japanese animation before too. The appeal about this anime was the Athi, the daughter, and the cold, you know, emperor dad relationship. Oh, does dad hate me? Does dad love me? The tsundere dad, you know, showing no emotions, but actually he does care. That was like the bulk of the content that I think everyone enjoyed. But again, as the story's progressing and we're doing a little bit of what's going on with the magic and Athi, and it's deviating away from like the main allure that people cared about, I think the interest really just fucking died down. Womp womp. I still really appreciate it for the episodes. I think it was a great anime. It's just the momentum just kind of died off. This I would put here. My god, was it one of the best looking animes with such a compelling start that just feels right within our isekai audience. And I'm like, the potential. It's retarded. This shit's written by a fucking middle schooler, straight up. The first novel is written by a middle schooler. It's so bad. I knew something was off as soon as like the elf arc happened, because until then I still was like, yo, Commander Saran died like that? No way. They gotta be baiting. There's a big brain play here. There's something else going on. And the more I thought about it and theory crafted after episode and after episode, I realized, nah, I think it's actually a garbage story. I think I'm giving it way too much, you know, like I'm theorizing too hard for a show that has no theories. It's a fucking stupid ass Unga Bunga middle school isekai slop with a production value that is amazing. Not till we got catfished, and after that I was like, yeah, all these cool moments are under-delivered because the story is so fucking ass and the characters are so unappealing later on, man. Like, fuck. This shit fucking mid. Genuinely. It pissed me off so hard. It genuinely hurt me. Like, this was more fun. Shittier production value, more fun. At least these, well, we didn't get to see, right? This also, again, right? I didn't get to the part where it's bad, so who knows, right? This could be worse, but this, I actually got to the part where it was bad. Fuck, Jesus Christ. Reincarnator, I put this at good. solid JC Staff, you know, third tier production line where it is very simple, lightweight, but the direction of the story and the way that it's adapting is fabulous. The soundtracks, the voice acting, and again, the direction of these scenes, I think nailed the soap opera dynamics of this show. Again, it's just loss of interest in me prepping for other shows that we had to drop it. I think that it was a good show though. I think this is like a solid 7. The story was very interesting with the elves and shit and the fucking drama. Oh my god, the NTR drama at home was fucking crazy. I'd at least put it here. So this anime, I think that this anime is the gimmick of a girl that punches everybody is not gonna stay along for too long. You know what I mean? Like, it fell off really hard. It had an explosive start, probably one of the strongest starts. In fact, let's look at this. May I ask for one last thing? Look at this shit. This just started off so fucking strong. The trailers had so much emotion too. Reaching 10k, 10k, 20k start. 20,000 views start with this many people pulling up. And the first couple, right here, right? This is where it kind of died off, right? As soon as the first arc was done, right? The first main one where we basically saved the people from the auction stuff. It just became a weird anime trying to do rom-com stuff and the jokes aren't really landing. Unfortunate. Very explosive start, but again, right? That's what happens when you have such a strong hook. You have such a strong, you know, explosive start, but it's a gimmick and the gimmick doesn't last long. How can it be sustainable? How are you going to convert over once you go to the next arc? Sometimes you don't. It is what it is. And this... Checked out 2 episodes, I regret it. I got a fucking copyright strike for this bullshit too. I regret it. Like, imagine that. I fucking checked out this garbage anime just for fun. It was garbage. I dropped it and then I got a copyright strike after. I was like, at least give me the views. You can't even do that. I should have just checked out Uma Musume if I was gonna risk a copyright strike for this shit. Get the fuck out of here. God fucking damn. All right, and remember, these ratings are very fraudulent ratings. Because I haven't finished these animes. I don't know what these animes actually would have turned into in the future. Maybe they were good. Maybe they were bad, right? Again, I'm just giving you my overall insights of the episodes that I personally watched, all right? So don't get mad now. I know motherfuckers are gonna come. You know what? I'm gonna leave the tier list here. I know motherfuckers are not gonna watch any of this, skip to the fucking end and see this random ass order and start fucking crashing out of the comments. And if you do that, I'll make a video about you calling you a fucking retard, okay? Let's actually start rating the animes that we're watching right now, that we finished. First up, let's start strong. Mugen Gacha, peak. I'm crashing out. Fuck it, peak. I'm doing it. That was an 8 point something out of 10 anime. It's probably an over. I'm probably rating it too high. It was peak though. It was fun as fuck. It was from the beginning to the end. Everything that I loved about gacha. Fantasy isekai-esque setting with a revenge story that shocked me, with dark gory themes that shocked me, with beautiful JC Staff main production line working on it. Now I wish that they would work on One Punch Man instead, but it was nice getting a little bit of a whiplash and nostalgia of looking at this anime and thinking about Danmachi. It was genuinely so fucking fun. I think it absolutely delivered. I would be proud to say this is my favorite show of the season. I would. I don't know if it is, but I think it's definitely contestant up there. Would 100% recommend. Next up, Strange Grief Season 2. Come on now. Come on now. That shit was mid. That shit was mid. I'll put it at good though. I'm wilding it. All right, I'll give you a freebie. Strange Grief, the Arnold stuff was fun. The first half of the Arnold stuff was really fucking fun. What happened afterwards was just the most insane, rushed, crazy jokes aren't landing, but I'm just kind of vibing with it. Fuck it, whatever, we ball. I'll see you in season 3. I think they call this core 2. I don't know what they're fucking calling it. Seeing Ansem Umu and stuff like that was fun. They're still hiding the one last fucking character, but I'm so glad that we got the Arnold content. So I'll give it good. I'll give it good. This shit straight up a 6-7 though, right? This in the fucking 6-7 territory, right? I would say this is like in the 8 territory. 8 point something. This is a 6 point something. It's like a high 6 or like a low 7. Maybe it's just barely making 7. Maybe this is like a 6.9. Chitose! We haven't finished it yet. There's still a bunch of episodes left, but I think we have enough to rate it. I would probably rate it somewhere in between here. I would. It's like, this is definitely not a 6. This is a 7 point something. I'll put it here, right? I'll probably like put it here where it's kind of like, is it an 8? Questionable. I really like the dialogue, dude. It's one of those animes like Snafu that really makes me think about these, you know, social hierarchies in high school, and it's really fun. The drama, the over dramatic fucking chuny poetry monologue lines, and the high school beef. I love it. I would probably give this like a 7.5 to 8 range right now. That's kind of where I put it. 7.3 to 7.8, 7.5 to 8. That's kind of where I put it. Depends on how it really finishes. If they nail the Nanase conclusion, then okay, I might lean towards the higher ranking. But if it falls off, then it might have to be down here. But yeah, I'll put it up here. Next up, Gachi Akuta. I put this shit at peak. I'm wilding out. Fuck it. Yep. I don't give a fuck. Every one of these is probably, you know, it's probably more accurate to deduct every one of these animes by 1 mark, right? It's probably more accurate to rate it down here. I think that's probably better. But fuck it. I'm wilding out. Fuck it. I don't care. Gachi Akuta, 2 cores. Start, very strong. Interesting premise, different, sets itself aside from all the other battle shonens I've seen. I feel like Gachi Akuta should be a seinen, not really like a shonen, right? I don't know what the category is, but definitely the themes are a bit too big brain for children watching Unga Bunga Slop. This was very fascinating with the themes about garbage, recycling, reusing, and Rudo, who is basically the reflection of the trash that he's been casted out, the way that he cries when looking at the trash, the way that he cherishes it, and the powers that it comes from, that the givers, raiders, cleaners, bro, fucking the pit, the sphere, the mysteries, the angel, the Watchman series. What the fuck? Characters are vibrant, beautiful, very interesting. Everyone is so like different, you know. The villains are compelling. Zodal is so fucking hype with this dialogue. Rudo, the crash out, the development. Zanka, the potential, man. The fight scene between Jabber and Zanka, and then the fucking Bundes fucking episode, him fucking 1v all in the cleaners, bro. The more I think about Gachi Akuta, damn. And then the Amo stuff, it definitely changed at the Amo stuff. There was a bit of the part where it felt slow, and we were waiting for, there's gotta be something to really change everything. And I feel like it changed at the Amo stuff. The Amo backstory was fucked up, so insanely tragic, and the way that the mangaka and the animation team was able to deliver that tragic story into something of beauty art, right? With this childlike art, like, wow, the direction was beautiful. Definitely one of the better animes this season. 8 point something out of 10. Easily, bro. Easily. Such a good anime. And season 2. Season 2's coming. I wish it had more motion. This shit should get more motion than My Hero Academia. Ooh, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off doing that shit. There is some negative branding happening with Gachi Akuta right now, right? There's due to the nature of the mangaka being like non-binary and the characters being quite diverse, a very woke crowd. Remember, in any crowd of people, there's going to be super radical people that are bad faith actors that makes them look worse than they are. They've definitely been getting onto the Gachi Akuta stuff, complaining about fucking, you know, the live action, not the live action, the theater play, you know, with the blackface and stuff, people being nasty to mangaka. We've seen some of that, but nah. I refuse to let this anime and this title be tarnished by those fucking schizo crazies. This is a beautiful work of art. Would definitely recommend. Wild Last Boss. Great. Hell yeah, baby. It's up there. It is absolutely up there. Am I crazy to think that in terms of production value, this is the best of these three, the top 3 here? I mean, shit. The level of quality we saw in the fight versus Libra? The maid? How about the fight versus the Demon King? That shit was insane. Even the Dina fight. And the story, the mysteries. I loved it. One of the better shows this season. Absolutely fucking mogs this garbage fucking isekai. Can't believe people would ever contest this. Wild Last Boss Easy, clear, lovable characters with the plot and the mystery that's so in your face that you're asking, there's no way Dina's that sus, right? There's no way that Dina's that sus. The lovable characters are collecting the constellation, some deep commentary about society and the way that people should rule people, or, you know, what happens when there's discrimination happening and you have a person that, you know, can't rule properly. The novel system adding more mysteries into the game, the goddess's script, Rufus, you know, Mafal being the video game character but the player as well, the hero being summoned in, the comedy that ensues from that, as well as the final episode that hypes up the goddess dragon, setting up for future threats. Oh my god, bro. See you in season 2. Abso-fucking-lutely. I think that in terms of story, I probably enjoyed Mugen Gacha more. It was more cozy of a story. While Last Boss was very fun too, but definitely these are my top 3 picks so far. Absolutely. All of them easily 8 point something out of 10. Nothing really clears 9 just yet though. You're gonna say I'm crazy? I'd put this up here. I genuinely would. Twisted Disney Wonderland. No one's gonna actually watch this shit and give it the honest rating it deserves because everyone is a bunch of sensitive pussies that sees this and thinks gay. Nah, you're literally a woke motherfucker on the other side of the spectrum. I watched this shit. This is a great anime from the beginning to the end. The production was fucking crisp, consistent. 8 episode arc just concisely handles the riddle arc. But a kid who was victimized, it was basically Takopi's original sin, right? With the mom being the doctor and treating the kid like shit and the kid's not crashing out. Very interesting setup with Emma Yukin having no fucking powers, but he's there doing his thing with this kendo stuff. A bunch of characters like Ace and Deuce, I was a bit questionable about them, about what they were like, but honestly, the more that I watched, the more base they were. Like the Ace calling the fucking pussies out, saying, nah, don't let these victimhood be an excuse to be nasty to others. A lot of good life lessons to be learned. The compositing of the colors and the beautiful fucking art and the animation and the soundtrack and this unique theme of Disney villains being each house. And then season 2 content gets hyped up. It's an absolute fucking aura fest. It is hype aura farming of all these different houses about to go into a tournament fucking style arc, bro, with a battle and there's like a sword academy. Oh, sign me the shit up. And the ladies came out. I'm glad I checked it out. I'm glad that I was able to reach the female tourist audience that have never seen my content before, and I delivered that. It was kind of like an Arknight situation, right? Arknights or Blue Archive or one of those shows where like an external audience exists but no one's making content. I put it out there and I'm like, ah, shit, my local boys don't care about it, but the ladies do. Loved it. We'll check it out later. Easily would give this between 7.5 to 8. Probably should be more closer to here, to be honest, right? I think it should be. I think that if I can't confidently put this in the 8, maybe it'd be here. But it was definitely one of the better animes this season. Absolutely. Of course, Chainsaw Man. Oh, we also have Rama. I forgot about Rama. Rama, I just noticed Rama was down here. It's another show that we dropped because just lack of viewership. I thought it was pretty good. But it's just like people just didn't give a fuck about Rama after season 1. It's kind of sad. New characters came out too. Uma Musume couldn't check it out, cut copyright. That's pretty much it here. And now, finally, easily, God tier, bro. This shit's fucking peak. It's more than peak. Now, it's kind of unfair because it's a movie, and a movie's gonna be able to concisely wrap up everything in one sitting with production value that's gonna be better than most, right? And the fact that it's Chainsaw Man and like the whole industry basically sacrificed themselves to pull up to deliver this project, it's godlike, bro. The way that they delivered this tragic love story that was never meant to be, beautiful. Reze arc, I think, just nailed it. What was it? It was a bittersweet story between Reze, who was basically a Russian like experiment. She has like the bomb devil in her, and she has been tasked with a mission to get the chainsaw's heart. But there's a part of her that doesn't want to live this life, right? She sees Denji, and Denji doesn't even go to school. Denji's doing all this other shit, and she's like, a kid shouldn't live like that. And in the beginning, you don't realize why she's talking like that. Later on, you realize, I couldn't go to school either. That line hits so fucking hard. The whole country mouse, city mouse, thinking about the perspective of how you live. You know, Denji falling in love with Reze. For someone that actually saw Denji for who he is, this is the first time I think that someone actually saw Denji for who he is rather than Chainsaw. I know that, you know, Reze was after the Chainsaw's heart, but I think that there was genuine love there. But when it comes to Makima or other people, everyone, they don't care about Denji. No one's asking how's Denji's doing. They're also always asking about how's Chainsaw Man doing, right? And there was some other stuff happening with like with Angel and Aki. Their development was really cool to see too, of Aki refusing to give a fucking fiend or like a devil any fucking rights or treatment like that. But then he's like hugging him and he can't bear to fucking witness anyone else dying. Denji's, you can already see that Aki's going down a fucking the lifespan, bro, that he's losing is fucking crazy. What was it? There's a little bit of Himeno development too, with him not smoking anymore. Beam the Shark was fucking amazing. Just the Lord Chainsaw. Now, I think Beam doesn't really see Denji for who he is, but he glazes Chainsaw like fucking crazy. What was it? There was also Kobeni. Kobeni pulled up for just a bit. That was it. The Typhoon Devil, whatever. But the overall theme of the Chainsaw Man movie, with this tragic bitter love story that never got delivered, the more I listen to Iris Out or even like the other ending song, right? Man, the lyrics are straight up just like telling you the themes of this story, and it is art. It is beautiful. It is poetry in motion. One of those few moments, right? One of those few moments where you have something so fucking amazing, but rather than being sacrificed for the sake of corporate gain, real industry talent and art is able to pull up with a schedule that allows them to shine. And these moments are beautiful, right? It truly makes you appreciate. And now to work off of that, an easily 9 point something out of 10. What about the other anime that I'm talking about, right? We're just talking about a situation where true art is able to be appreciated rather than being sacrificed for corporate gains, right? To be realized is fucking beautiful. And let's not even forget about the fucking soundtrack. My fucking god, the soundtrack, the composition of the music in this, the way that it's able to highlight the moments like the pool scene. Fucking god. And then there's One Punch Man. There's One Punch Man. The exact opposite of what I just described Chainsaw Man. There are then series, titles, names that should get amazing treatment, yet it gets sacrificed for corporate gains. There's a lot of different insights and theories and speculations from, animators coming out. I think the leading theory right now, again, it's just opinions, right? But just off of just educated gaze based on pattern of behavior we've seen from the industry is Bandai Namco doesn't give a fuck about One Punch Man because it doesn't really need that marketing or the clout. It's already a big name internationally. Domestically, it doesn't really do that well. Season 1 was just a lightning in a bottle miracle because Shingo Natsume and his team of elite animators pulled up to deliver it. But that didn't really deliver, like translate into shocking, like it didn't convert into shocking merch sales or even like the manga doing better because the manga's already doing so well. That's what Evako was saying, right? And if you think about it, then it got handed off to JC Staff. JC Staff, I think, did a pretty damn good job. Season 2, straight up is a 7.5 out of 10. Season 2, I was happy about that adaptation. Now, it could have been way better, right? But I think it exceeded the threshold of like, am I going to be happy about that? Season 2 was really fucking good. Season 3 was dog shit though, right? Season 3. And you can see that, I think that Bandai Namco, they just don't give a fuck about this series. The IP already has enough clout. People are going to click on it to watch no matter what, even if it's garbage. And they have much more important products in the line. And JC Staff was chosen as the sacrificial lamb. Very questionable decision to, again, pick up this project. Who knows what the fuck happened? Was it truly threatening blacklisting from Bandai Namco to JC Staff if they didn't take it? Or was it corporate greed from the above JC Staff members that decided to take on this project? JC Staff definitely is not innocent, right? There are blames to be held by both the production committee as well as JC Staff's upper elites. But the animators who then took on the project, man, the way that it got sacrificed, fucking sad to see. Now, the craziest thing, and I'll make another video about it, is One Punch Man wasn't even that bad season 3. Because Debate was worse than this. There was literally, let's think about this. What were the good episodes? Episode 8, Flashy Flash. Episode 9, Child Emperor. Episode 11, Black Sperm episode, right? Homeless Emperor and shit. Atomic Samurai, like pre-pre. Episode 12. Those are really fucking good episodes. Those are good episodes that I would say have shades of greatness in it. Not entirely good. There was moments of chopness, like episode 12 as well, right? Episode 12 in the beginning was very chopped with Dark Shine stuff. Even the Tatsumaki stuff was kind of mid. The Saitama cut was really nice though. And then there's like episode 3 and 5. Episode 3 is the one in the park where they're fighting, right? And episode 5 is the Van Oba cut. Those were kind of chopped. I don't know. Maybe I could combine those two to say they were combined together with at least one good episode. So let's say there's 4.5 to 5 good episodes out of 12 episode season. It's still pretty bad. It's that's less than half of the episodes are good. That's bad. What I'm trying to tell you is, there exists Debate, where Debate had nothing. Start to end, there was no good episode. There was not a single Sakuga moment. But obviously, One Punch Man has such a historical precedence why people need to be upset about because of its crazy animation in season 1 as well as a big name. To me, it also has a big name, but it never really got a good adaptation from the beginning, so no one really cared about it. And that's kind of where it's at. I think that the finale episode was like, it was not an 8 because of, like, the Saitama cuts were really good. Tatsumaki's stuff was mid. Darkshine was fucking garbage. So I think the finale episode was like good. It's like a 6-7 again. It's kind of in that like high 6, low 7, maybe 7.5. That's kind of where I put it. And in overall terms of like the entire season itself, the more I think about it, shit was fucking mid. This is mid. It could be trash too. If you want to call it trash, I agree with you. I would put it mid because of how much I actually enjoyed the story still. Final rating for One Punch Man Season 3? I give it like I don't think I could give it a 7 out of 10. Can I really give it a 7 out of 10? Again, the numerical rating that I'm giving is different from my enjoyment. I can enjoy a 5 out of 10 anime. Like a 6. High 5, low 6. How about that? 5.8 to 6.3 out of 10. And listen, you want to call this a 4 or 3 or a 10? As soon as, like, basically for me again, when it reaches 5, that's the same as a 0 for me, right? Like, if you can't be better than a 5, you're pretty much dog shit. I would give it, like, in my rating system, where everything below a 5, like, basically, if it's lower than a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, they're all the fucking same trash to me. High 5, low 6 is where I put it. There were moments that I'm happy about, like Atomic Samurai and Black Sperm. That shit was fucking hype. Prisoner, Freaky Freak, you know, awakening his vibration mode was fucking hype. Saitama versus Orochi, not my favorite scene, right, up in the manga, but the way that they did it was pretty hype. Kind of ruined the Miro stuff with the storylines, right? Phoenix Man was also really fucking fun. Flashy Flash was really fun. But these are cherry-picking individual moments. You have to look at the entire season, and my fucking god, the abhorrent usage of the colors, the soundtracks, the direction was all off, and it makes sense because it was a botched fucking project. It's sad to see. I would love to see them prove me wrong, that they can show how better they can do in season 3 part 2 or season 4, right? If the same production team wants to stay on there and actually deliver with ample time and schedule, then fucking great. But there is no excuses at this point, right? You fuck up in 2027, my fucking god, there's literally no defense or excuse we can do because you now actually had ample time to work on it. You have an actual director working on this shit. Don't fuck this up. And that is my overall rating for fall 2025. Probably one of the worst seasons of anime this season. Yeah, I would say this is one of the worst seasons of anime this season. I'd say winter and summer were the best. Then it's spring, then it's fall. There were still good animes though. There were still great animes. It's just a very lackluster season, and on top of that, the nuclear drama that of course we're benefiting from, but it's just sad that, like, damn, what a trash season just with controversy and hate and anger. Let's just go into 2026. JJK, Frieren, Oshinoko, as well as these animes, right? I'm really excited. I think that winter and spring, it's gonna be so fucking fun, man. Obviously, Sentence to Be a Hero is gonna be fun too. Fate Strange Fake is coming up, right? And there's so many different animes that we're gonna be checking out. That's gonna be so fucking fun. And on top of that, spring is gonna be insane, bro. We got so many isekai, so many of these niche animes that does well in our channel, right? ReZero, Tensor, Witch Atelier, bro, fucking Mushoku Tensei might come, like, Classroom of the Elite, like, Spring, Inumakun Tibet, bro, I'm fucking excited. Like, these 2 seasons, usually spring is kind of weak after winter, but right now we're going back-to-back fucking peak seasons for me. We're about to fucking pop the fuck off. Hope you enjoyed this, you know, fall season, and I will see you in the winter season of anime.